Issei was in shock. The president had refused to save Asia. She cited some political complexities between the devils and fallen angels. Issei had heard about this before, when he almost trespassed on their territory, but this was a completely different situation. Issei didn't understand all these political complications. All he knew was that he wanted to save Asia. Issei was very grateful to the president for saving him and didn't even mind that she had turned him into a devil and her servant. After all, Issei could pursue his dream, but now he couldn't obey her will. He could accept anything, but not this. He was obligated to save Asia, and he intended to do it, even if he had to go alone. Even if he had to defy the president's order and become a stray. He had seen what strays were, those who betrayed their masters. They themselves had hunted one during their devil work, an unenviable fate. But Issei couldn't act otherwise. Just when he thought there was no way out, a Keno senpai said something to the president about the fallen angels, and they teleported away. Before leaving, the president said something convoluted about his abilities as a pawn. It turned out he had the ability to promote into any piece on enemy territory, and here he thought that being a pawn made him the weakest. But curiously, why did she say that now? Amazingly, Kiba and Koneko supported his impulse. Apparently, by saying those words, the president acknowledged that church as enemy territory, and therefore he could use his peace abilities to the fullest. It turned out she had actually given the go-ahead for his actions. But why did she say it in such a complex way? Issei didn't understand all these complexities, but in any case, now he could act. Kiba and Koneko, he had real comrades. As much as he wanted to smash Kiba's pretty face into a wall, he was genuinely grateful when Kiba volunteered to help. Who knows, maybe he was better than he thought. The same went for Koneko. She seemed like a very closed-off girl who was cold to everyone around her, yet she showed unexpected care for her comrades. Issei was touched to tears. He was sure that with such support, he could overcome any difficulty. As expected, difficulties immediately presented themselves upon their arrival. The young priest Fried Selzen, who had mopped the floor with Issei last time, was indeed strong. Oh, here are the demonic spawns. How perfectly timed your arrival is. I was just waiting for you. I thought I'd have to pay you a visit myself. The last time wasn't enough. We were interrupted, little demon-kun. And I wanted so badly to gut your carcass, skin you, and turn it into a decoration. How I love cutting you fiends into little pieces. And he was a complete psychopath. This time will be different, Fried, Issei exclaimed and summoned his sacred gear. His two dear comrades, Kiba and Koneko, appeared beside him. Together, they would overcome all difficulties. Oh, so you decided to play your trump card and defeat me with the notorious power of friendship? Well, 3 against 1 will be more fun. Don't disappoint me, little demons. Fried was indeed a difficult opponent, but they had something to counter him with. Kiba, it turned out, was capable of creating demonic swords, and the sword of darkness he created was able to absorb the energy of the light sword that Fried used. They were both incredibly fast. It was difficult to keep up even with Issei's heightened senses. Fried also had a special exorcist pistol that could shoot light bullets, silently and incredibly fast. However, this didn't work against Kaneko-chan, as her root defense was impenetrable. If it were the old Issei, everything would have ended sadly again. But now he knew his capabilities, so he took a cue from Koneko-chan and promoted into a rook, withstood several of Fried's shots, and gave him a good punch while Kiba constrained his movements. That felt good. Issei felt like he had avenged himself for the last time. They wanted to finish him off, but he quickly slipped away. What a bastard. Although he did manage to blurt out Asia's location, which was a relief. They headed to the secret basement room beneath the cross relic. Issei was very afraid he would be too late, and he was terrified when he saw Asia, chained to the cross on the altar and wrapped in chains. The room was crowded, likely full of fallen exorcists, judging by their light swords. But Issei didn't feel the same pressure from them as he did from Freed. But the greatest concern was not them, but the girl with black wings next to Asia, Yuma-chan. Issei and his comrades rushed to breach the defenses. Kiba and Kaneka were very strong. They easily countered the priests, while Issei dashed to the altar to save Asia. The scene there was strange. Asia was surrounded by a sphere of light that kept everyone away from her. This light, it can't be. Such purity. You little brat, where did you get this artifact? Yuma-chan was shouting something bizarre. Issei didn't listen. He simply flew onto the altar and tried to grab Asia, but ow, that hurts. He instantly retracted his hand. He was burned. What kind of light is that? Asia suddenly muttered something, looking at her bracelet. The glow began to fade. Issei-san, you really came. You really came. Everything is just as she said. The sweet girl in his arms said to him, Huh? Asia? Of course I came. I promised. We haven't done anything together yet. We only just became Pain. Suddenly, his shoulder was seared at the exit of the basement. Issei stumbled and fell to his knees, near the cross.
Halt! You didn't think you could escape from me. Now this Rainare-sama will personally incinerate you, wretches, for getting in my way. I was just about to become a high-class being if I took this girl's sacred gear, and I would have been useful to Azazel-sama, Shimhaza-sama, but you ruined everything. But it's nothing. Everything can still be repeated. I just need to deal with these pathetic spawns. Yuma-chan appeared from behind a secret door. Yuma-chan! Issei exclaimed. How did she get past Kiba? No, he was sure Kiba was fine. He had to believe that. Issei crawled to the nearest pillar and leaned Anya against it. Then he struggled to his feet. Don't you dare call me by that name, you spawn! A lower creature like you shouldn't dare utter a sound of it with your filthy mouth. The very thought of it makes me sick. Why are you like this, Yuma-chan? His legs were trembling, but he firmly shielded Anya. This time he had no right to fail. We had such a great time. I fell in love with you. You were my first girlfriend. Ha ha ha! She roared with laughter throughout the temple, covering her face with her hand. Girlfriend! Suddenly, her face changed. The predatory snarl vanished and her eyes adopted an innocent expression. Issei-kun, it was so much fun with you. I had a wonderful time. And everything else was just a misunderstanding. Let's be friends. Let's try again. You, me, and Asia's son. I'm sure we can get along. She reached out her hand. Issei was confused, but he remembered that smile. That was the Yuma-chan he knew. Her smile. Distorted into a predatory snarl, just like that time, and spears of light appeared in her hands. Pain. A moment later, those spears of light were sticking out of his legs. He fell to his knees. His legs felt like they were being cooked from the inside, but the green healing light enveloped him and the pain subsided slightly. Ha ha ha! Something like a girlfriend, right? How was my performance? Did you enjoy it that much? Ah, I know. I'm shocked by my own magnificence. So she really did kill me. Yuma-chan. You know, I even deliberately chose that name, Yuma, to kill you right at sunset. You gotta. It was a pretty good show, right? The operation was executed perfectly. Why is everything like this? But she has... All I had to do was wait for this nun and take her sacred gear. I made so many preparations to keep everything secret from my superiors. So why are little spawns like you interfering with me? I hate such persistent cockroaches. Let me finish you off right here and right now. Be grateful that you'll die twice by my beautiful hand. She has such great tits. What a waste! This Issei could not forgive. Her boobs were so awesome, but the owner herself was such scum. He absolutely had to punch her face properly. Yuma-chan, how could you kill me when I didn't even get to fondle your excellent boobs? Boosted gear, activation. Suddenly, he felt extra energy surge through his body. Boost. What? What is happening? Your gear, where is all that energy coming from? Issei felt the pain from the wound finally recede and he rose to his feet. You are unworthy of your excellent boobs, Yuma-chan. No, Reinare. Issei charged at her. Don't you dare utter my name. Die, lesser being. The fallen angel's spear flew towards him. Explosion. A previously unknown energy spread throughout Issei's body. He was certain he could defeat her now if he connected the hit. Power was flooding his body. Furthermore, before, he couldn't even track her light spear attacks, but now he perceived everything perfectly. But there was still a problem. Perceiving and reacting were two different things. He saw that her spear was slightly faster and would hit him before his strike. But suddenly, Reinare seemed to stumble on flat ground. Her eyes widened and her body lurched slightly forward towards him. He saw that the spear in her hand had changed trajectory and was now passing just above him. Issei did not miss this chance. He let the spear pass over his head and then hit her hard with his left, the hand clad in the sacred gear. It was literally glowing with the crimson energy coursing through it. Crash! The blow landed squarely on her face. He saw his ex-girlfriend's once beautiful face transforming before his eyes, sinking into her owner's skull. Boom! Her body flew headlong and slammed into the wall. The blow was so powerful that the brickwork was completely breached. Only the silhouette of the flying fallen angel's body was now visible on the wall. Yuma-chan, if only you would let me grope your excellent boobs, things between us might have turned out differently. Issei felt internal regret. Another pair of excellent boobs had disappeared from his zone of access. But along with this, Issei-san, I'm so happy. Thank you, Issei-san. Another pair of breasts pressed against him from behind. Although they were small, only just developing, they were still wonderful. He regretted nothing, especially when their owner, Thank you so much. I was so scared, but you came. Thank you so much.